lack of appetite and hunger is a sign of being sick. And the question is posed after that: are you a healthy, sick person? Or are you healthy but sick? Let us have a hearty conversation on this. Actually, let me put my tablet away and, have a posture where we should just relate and have a heart-to-heart conversation. All right. I grew up at the village. So we used to do some work in the fields. And the work we used to do so well was weeding, plowing, and all that work. So one that seems to have been a little tougher was weeding. So you'd be told the night before, often, that tomorrow we are weeding that particular field. So we had our own tools, our hoes and whatnot. So we'd know that tomorrow we are weeding from that field. Now, we knew the fields, and we knew the fields that had a lot of weed. We knew those that would be a lot more easier to do. We knew those that would be tougher. We knew those that would be difficult. And sometimes the terrain would be a little difficult, especially when it has rained and the ground is so wet. Then just know that it will be very difficult to weed. And, the funny thing is we used to see rains as lawyer. So when you wake up in the morning and it's showering that day or it is raining that day, it simply means that you have an opportunity to sleep in because, you won't be required to go weed because lawyer has come. So in that case, you don't have to explain why you are not going to weed because, a lawyer is explaining for you. So we used to call rains as lawyer. So when you wake up and it is raining that day, just know, lawyer, cancel. Sorted out. You won't work that day, meaning you'll just be eating and relaxing because your lawyer has spoken for you. And those were the rains. So it was a little tough, actually. Tough but interesting. It taught us hard work. But despite being young, we were as well sharp to find ways of evading work. So one of the easiest ways to evade work was being sick. When you are sick with malaria, and malaria was a common thing then. I don't know how common malaria is now, but then it was a bit common because of mosquitoes in the village and whatnot, so we would have malaria every now and then. So the interesting thing is that we knew how to evade work. So if you want to run away from work, get sick. Because when you're sick, you won't be required to work. So when you wake up in the morning and you see that there's a lot of work today, shortcut, just get sick. You get sick and you are aware of, pretending that you are sick. So one of the ways I show you, especially if you are sharp, you manage this. So you don't open your eyes too much. You open them a bit because you can't be sick and your eyes are like this. So you must show that your eyes are a bit sleepy. So you'll be closing them a bit like this. How are you? The headache. And in fact, you don't even say the headache. You just show headache with your eyes a bit sleepy. Like, you are closing them a bit, so you show that headache. Then you don't jump. When you are sick, you don't jump, so you don't need energy. So you need to act it that way. And for you, the target is very simple. You must show that you are sick, so you can't be jumping around. And your eyes must be a bit smaller. And you say, a human being is sharp. From a young age, we knew how to do some of these things. But you knew that when they go to work, they knew you remain now. You can open your eyes and life back to normal. So we'll do that trick. I don't know if you can relate with this for those of you that are in the village. So when you do this trick, so they will go and they won't force you to work when you're unwell. So they'll go in the field, then those would be given what we used to call mgwazo, piecework. So you 3 lines or 5 lines, depending on the length of the line. So you'd be given that, and people are working there. Then you at home, you can rest, relax, because you're sick. Then the catch was this. When they come back from work at lunchtime, a sick person, the first thing that would show that you are indeed sick is when you don't have appetite. Nice food is prepared. Beans was one of the nice foods, beans or chicken ways off. If that food is prepared, it is saved for you to eat. A patient would always just eat a little and then refuse, then they'll be forcing you to eat. No, I'm fine and whatnot. When you pass that test of failing to eat, then they'll certify that this one is sick. But if they come back from the field, you eat at the rate everyone who was in the field is eating, my friend, you will go back to the field to go work the same way others worked in the morning. Why? Because your failure to have hunger and your failure to have appetite was a certification that you're indeed sick. Because you can't fake that one. So the first litmus test to show that you are indeed sick is lack of appetite and lack of hunger. If you still have these when you are sick, my friend, you are not sick. You will be sent back to work the same work that others did in the morning. Why? Because you can't have appetite and you can't have hunger when you are sick. When you are sick, you must be forced to eat. So the litmus test where I would be caught, I don't know how dull we used to be. You lie that you are sick, but appetite is intact. My friend, you'll be sorted out. In fact, you'll be lucky if you are not even whipped. You'll be saying headache, they are whipping you, all because you had appetite. Parents knew how to catch us. So in a similar way, and in fact, let me even clear this out. When you are sick, the first thing that will show that you are sick is lack of appetite and lack of hunger. When you've not eaten breakfast, you've not eaten lunch, and you still don't feel like eating, you still don't have hunger, you are sick. If you've not had breakfast, you've had a little lunch, and you are failing to eat, you have no appetite, my friend, you are sick. Clear cut. But if you are saying you are sick, and your hunger is here, and your appetite is top-notch, you are not sick, you are lying. So the question that I have for us today is, are you a healthy person, but who is very sick? Are you one in that situation? It might interest you to note that you have a number of people who are healthy, but very sick. This person, all is well, but they have no hunger for success. No hunger. No hunger for success. This person wakes up this morning doing a little this, a little that. They are not bothered by success. Not at all. My friend, you are sick. The fact that you don't have appetite for success, you are sick. The fact that you are not hungry for success, you are sick. You see, a healthy person must have hunger to succeed. You must wake up and think about that powerful vehicle that you would wish to drive. Is it a Ford Ranger? Is it a Lamborghini? Is it a Range Rover? That hunger to do great, that hunger of wanting to live in a double-story house, that hunger is a sign that you are healthy. But if you wake up, you are living in a one room, it is okay if you are living in a one room, but provided you are hungry to achieve much more, then you are healthy. But if you are living in that two-roomed house and you are settled, you are okay in that two-roomed house, my friend, you are sick, very sick. You need attention. My dear, if All you do is board a bus, public transport, and you are not hungry to drive your own little car. You have no hunger. Even just a Corona, you have no hunger. You are sick. If all you do is point at others who've made it, point at others and give names to those who are working and driving their little car and whatnot, if you are such a one, you are sick. You need treatment. You need treatment. If, my friend, you have been working at a company and your salary is 2,000 kwacha and you are unbothered, settled, you are fine, you are sick. You need treatment. If your salary has been 15,000 kwacha per month, year in, year out, 15 grand, 15,000 kwacha, and you are not bothered about rising the ranks, you are not bothered about achieving so much more, my friend, you are sick. You need treatment. If you bought your first allion, and in that allion you are settled, 2 years driving an allion, you are not even thinking of progressing to the next level. The hunger for success is gone. The appetite to achieve so much more is gone. All you are thinking of is marrying and getting married and settle in. My friend, you are sick. Very sick. So we have a number of, in fact, some of you are even watching here, but very sick. You need to be challenged. Very sick people. We have a number of people who look healthy, but very sick. All for a simple reason. They have lost the hunger. You see, like I said, when you lose the hunger, you are sick. When you lose the appetite, you are sick. And we have a number of sick people. The question I have, are you amongst those who are sick? Are you amongst those who don't feel the hunger for anything? For you, you were born, the only thing you are waiting for you is to die. And in this life, you go through safely. The achievements are safe. You are not hungry, you are just there. You are eating to survive. Where you are working just to live day by day. No, you are okay. Your salary is just enough to feed your family and you are okay. Your business is just enough to make sure that you have breakfast, lunch, and supper, and a little car, which is not giving you big problems. But your car is a little thing. You see, there is no problem with you driving a Vitz. No problem at all. But it is a problem if you have settled in the Vitz. They are nicer vehicles, my friend. Nice vehicles. You get in, it is massaging your back. You are feeling it. You are feeling cold. The seats are heated. But in that Vitz of yours, if you are settled, my friend, you are sick. In that Spatial of yours, nothing wrong with it. It's a cool vehicle, I know. The shape is a bit interesting. Just moves like this. Then on the windscreen, it just goes like, yeah, it has a very interesting shape. And nothing wrong with you driving that Spatial. But there is everything wrong if you have settled in that Spatial. If you've settled in that Spatial, my friend, you are sick. It is okay to celebrate when you buy it. It's okay because you are progressing. The key is to have the hunger to progress to the next level. If you feel settled, you have now become sick. Those are symptoms of sickness. We have people who started working with a diploma, but to progress to a degree, the hunger is gone. For them, they are settled with a diploma. My friend, you are sick. You have a degree and you are failing to upgrade to a master's degree. We have this number of sick degree holders, a number of sick master's degree holders. Sick, and they have no idea that they are sick. No idea. For them, they feel settled and they feel content. You see, when you stagnate, you breed a lot of problems. Do you know where malaria mosquitoes breed? It is on stagnant water. When water is no longer flowing, when you stagnate, that water becomes very dangerous. Very dangerous. So when you have stagnated, you are not growing, you are just there. Just know that diseases are brewing there. My dear, you are sick. I just thought of challenging you this morning to say you need treatment. You need treatment. And in this defining 40 days, my hope is that we find treatment for you. My friend, you are sick. The question I have for you is, have you realized that you're sick? Or the disease is too much such that you can't even realize that you're sick? If the hunger is gone, if the appetite for progress and success is no longer there, you are sick. Sick. Seek treatment. This is the message from Dumisani Linga Mangaringube, commonly known as the radical entrepreneur. The future is bright.